Hey there, welcome. Today we're going to be talking about leveraging Project Navigator and AutoCAD architecture and AutoCAD MEP. All the examples I'm going to be using today are coming from AutoCAD MEP, but they can be applied to AutoCAD architecture as well. So in front of us here we have an example of a PNID, and we have off-page connectors. And I'm going to show you how you can leverage the leverage block attributes, put fields in them, and then have those fields actually link back to Project Navigator sheet sets and have everything update in real time. We're also going to talk about the correct way to use constructs and XREFs in Project Navigator, and how to prevent rework altogether. These are best practices, and if you employ these on a large job, you'll save dozens and dozens of hours that you would otherwise lose. So here we have off-page connectors on these PNIDs, and anytime you see any gray text like this, text with a gray background like that, it most likely means that it has a field inserted onto it. So if you're not familiar with that, what I'll do here is I'm going to go ahead and click on this. This is a block, and it has attributes. Now this is actually a multi-line attribute, so I'm actually going to have to click this multi-line editor to be able to show you more. We'll see here, is this also multi-line? It is. Okay, so we'll just open that. It's going to open up the text editor here. I can actually click on this, and if I wanted to insert fields, well, there's already a field there, so I think I can, if I wanted to do a field on this, I could highlight it and hit insert field. So if you're not familiar with this, I'll just show you the dialog box. You're able to filter by category, and you really can bring anything in here. So to give more perspective, let's get out of this and let's actually edit this existing tag, or this existing field, sorry. We'll hit edit field on there, and you can see here that what we're doing is we're going to the sheet set, and then we are targeting any PNID that we want. So here we're linking it to this PNID, and I'm just pulling in the sheet number property. And the advantage of doing this is if any of these change, if the name of that drawing changes, then this auto updates, versus if it was just text fields, you'd have to go in and touch each one of these. So this is a great way to prevent rework. Now, if your initial thought is that looks like it takes too long, I would argue that you're wrong. And the reason why that is if you set it on one of these, you can then copy this over, and so I could copy this down to this line, and the field has already been set up where it's going to pull it in at the right location in terms of the category here. So if I copy this down, then if I see the increment by one, I can just select that one. So it's actually doesn't slow you down that much on the front end of things, and it's going to save you a lot of time on the back end. Now let's explore some of the things that we can actually use on the plan view side of things. And to do that, I just want to come over here to model space, and let's first talk about constructs and the proper use of XREFs. Oftentimes people are going to the external references, and they are linking things in that way. That is not a best practice, and the reason why that's not a best practice is that you then, if any of your XREFs change in terms of their name, it is not going to update. So the best way to do it is to come in over here to Project Navigator, identify, I need this floor plan, just right click on it, and come down here to XREF attach or XREF overlay, and you can change the name of that drawing, and those links will be maintained. Now, if we take a look at the file structure for an in File Explorer, if we look at this project, you will see .xml files for the majority of your drawings in here, and that is where this information is actually being stored. That's where the actual links are created, is in that .xml. So this is just an example of some of the things that you can do with Project Navigator and fields to work more efficiently. Here you can also see that we've even linked in the name of the drawing and even the sheet number here. So let's just take a look at what that looks like, and then we can go ahead and probably wrap this up. So this is not a multi-line attribute, so I will be able to just right click on this and hit edit field. And if you're doing Project Navigator and you need to pull something for the specific drawing that you're in, typically this is the best place to do it at. So you just go to the field category will be sheet sets, and you'll just select current sheet title in this case. Let's take one more look at how this is configured. And so and I'll actually show you how you can then leverage this with templates as well. And so this is just current sheet number. Okay. Now let's come back over here to our barbell. So the best thing you can do actually is to create a DWT, a AutoCAD template file that has for your project and declare it within Project Navigator there. Not entirely sure how you do that, so I'll do that off screen. But in the meantime, you would create that DWT file with your border in it and your border text as a block. So again, your border text would be a block, not an XREF, and your border would be an XREF. And you would set up all those fields to automatically pull from the current sheet set. And when you create a new drawing, all that stuff will pull in accordingly. All right, and circling back around to the template file there, if you just go to Project Navigator and you click on the current project and edit the project properties, you can actually declare that all new sheets are started with this template right here. You then specify that path and notice that it is a DWT. And so again, this is the best practice for setting up new drawings and kind of leveraging some of the fields and properties that we have in Project Navigator. Again, if you're doing a size of really any job, any job, regardless of size, I would encourage you to use Project Navigator at all times, because this helps us prevent rework, helps us prevent mistakes, and it really takes no additional time to set up Project Navigator whatsoever. Really the only difference is how you rename drawings. You just have to rename it through Project Navigator, but at the same time, everything stays linked. So there's really very little reason why you could make a case not to use Project Navigator. So, and then last tidbit, just recall that if you were using Design Master on the electrical side of things, you need a different folder for your Design Master drawings to be located in, and that folder should be named Drawings Electrical, and it should be located at the same directory where your .apj file is. The .apj is the Project Navigator source file. So you'll have drawings electrical, and then .apj in that directory. So hope this helps. If you have any questions, let me know.